Hello, this is Andrew. I recently lost my saddlebag. It probably just fell off the back of the bike because the attachment mechanism was kind of not awesome. So I now have the chance to replace it with a different saddlebag, and hopefully one that works a little bit better. And I have two in mind. Actually, they're kind of the same. We have the Orucase SB25 and the SB30, and as you could probably guess, one is slightly larger than the other. Orucase claims that both of these can fit two tubes and CO2 and a multi-tool and all the other stuff that you would need. But I suspect that the 25 probably can't, but if it can, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, the 30 is not that much different in size. Worst case, this can be my climbing one, and this can be my plains riding one. But let's get some weights, and then we'll try to pack some stuff in it and see how it works. So we'll turn on the scale, and this is the SB25, or the smaller one. Oh, and the 25 stands for 25 cubic inches of space, and then 30 cubic inches of space. So the 25 is 51.2 grams, and then the 30 is 56.5, and that includes the strap that connects it to the bike, which weighs 18.1 or 18 grams. So let's try to get some stuff in here. So we'll start out with, I have some Continental Race, and then these are Race lights, but as you can see, these are the long stem ones for a deeper section wheel, and then these are short ones for a shallow wheel. So let's grab one of these, stick that in there. So one goes in easy. Two, might be able to get two in there, but nothing else is going to go in there. So we'll take one of those out. And then CO2 and some tire levers. And this boot hook, I don't know. And plus, put these inside there. Bring that together. Top, pitches, and these levers. Yes. Does fit. So that's actually quite a lot of stuff in there. So that's one tube, two CO2s, inflator, multi-tool, a large multi-tool, some patches, some gloves, and a boot. So that's actually a lot better than I thought. But so let's try that again, but with a couple of the smaller Race lights, which are, as you can see, quite a bit smaller than the standard Race. Okay, so use this on here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Close. Yeah, that's all. Really tight fit. So I don't think, maybe if I went with a smaller tire lever, but even then, I don't think two tubes, nah. I just don't think that's going to happen. Maybe if you use the little tiny ones. They do sell very, very small plastic ones, but I don't have any of those, and I don't know that I would ride with them anyway. So I think, despite Orucase's claims, this is probably just a one-tube saddlebag. All right. So still not horrible if one tube is good, and for most cases it probably would be. But if you want to go for two tubes, take that out. Let's try with the small race lights first. I can already tell that just that little extra space makes a huge difference. All this stuff in here. No, all right, so yes, two race light tubes in here, and it actually feels like there's a little bit of space. So let's try that again, but with the long stem race. This time I think I'll probably be a little bit more careful because I was reasonably confident. There, I was going to get this in. Okay, so, one, two, okay, now, so, 2 tubes, 2 CO2s, CO2 inflator, CO2 jacket, patches, gloves, and a large multi-tool in the Orucase SB30. Couldn't quite get all that stuff in the SB25, but still 1 tube, and it's 5 grams lighter, so something to be said for that. All right, so I'm going to try and install this on the bike now. And according to the instructions, you take this strap that comes with it and you feed it through the saddle rails like you would any other saddlebag. Then pull it through that, the buckle, really tight, and then get one of these guys around the hole, and then if you can, try to get this inside the guide hole in the back, and then I'm going to try to move it just to make it a little bit more secure there. So that actually was pretty easy, and it has a nice little reflective thing there as well. I thought that was going to be a lot harder based on the instructions, but we'll see. And now the real test is whether or not it'll stay on the bike securely. Because as I mentioned before, my other saddlebag fell off, or I think it fell off. It disappeared, and the most likely cause is probably it just fell off because it's held together with Velcro here. But that's cool. Now to ride the bike.
Okay, so it is final thoughts time for the Orucase SB25 and SB30. I've had a chance to ride with both of them. Functionally on their bike, they're equivalent, with the only real difference being that the SB25 is smaller and the SB30 is a little bit larger. Aesthetically, I prefer the SB25. I like minimalist saddlebags, but the SB30 meets my needs for what I want to carry with me when I'm out riding. So it was a bit disappointing that the SB25 doesn't live up to the capacity claims that Orucase has. Originally this was just going to be an SB25 review, but after trying to fit all the stuff I want to take with me in it, it became obvious that the SB30 was in my future. The only other thing that I would change about it is that I would prefer that there were more interesting colors available. There's only black, purple, and black camo. It's great that there's purple, but it's not really my thing. Other than that, it's super easy to install. It secures the bike really well. It's compact, it's light, and the price is reasonable for a saddlebag. So I would recommend it. You just have to be aware that the SB25 doesn't quite fit all the stuff in it that Orucase claims. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I'll do my best to respond. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you found this useful. Cheers.